Hello again folks, and welcome back to my Stardew Valley guide videos. Today we'll be teaching you how to make a farm just as fabulous as this one. But since this is a guide, we're going to start right at the beginning. First you're going to want to grab these here parsnips. Left for you by the mayor overnight, as he was creeping around in your cottage. Next you're going to want to clear some land, so that you can plant those little buggers. But to make things a little bit easier on yourself, let's just go ahead and do that. Do that. And then we're going to zoom the camera out. Yes, this is going to make things much nicer. Much easier to see your whole farm this way. All the way to 75% there. Next you want to hoe up yourself a little patch for your parsnips, like so. And you can just stand in one place, hold down the watering can, there, and it goes a little bit faster if you just do it in little patches like this. And simply place down your parsnips. And we've got a couple extra here. There we are, all watered, lovely. Now before we go out foraging for the day, we're going to need some wood. So we're going to chop down these trees. Now if you only chop off the tops, that is the way to get wood the fastest and by spending the least energy. Something I didn't cover in my last video is that the quick chopping method is very nice, but it will occasionally cost you some time if you don't get the click right. So it's more efficient, but only if you're good at it. If you're not skilled at chopping precisely, simply chop down the trees by holding down the mouse button. Now we've gotten ourselves 50 wood. We're going to go here into the crafting section and build the chest. And we're just going to place that chest down right there. Just so lovely. We've just thrown all of the crap that we've gotten into the chest, freeing up space in our inventory. We're going to do the same with the watering can. We won't need the pickaxe. We'll keep those just in case. Next we're just going to head south of our farm and get some forageables. Oh, stuff in my way here. Just going around that. And there's forageables all over the map. Every single location can spawn 5 forageables, I believe, at a time. That's the cap. You can't get any more than that. The exception is spring onions. Right, so I did a bit of quick research because I wasn't sure on my facts. There is a hard cap of 6 spawns in any location. So that's any section of the map that's the forest. If you are on the forest farm, that includes your farm. The town, the northern mountains, all those spots, and 2 to 5 forageables spawn each day, and if you have less than that amount of 6, you can possibly get those new ones. However, if they should spawn in a spot like here with one of these bushes, it will not spawn. You'll just get nothing. So it's advisable to clear out these bushes and chunks of wood early on. So we're down here in the south now. We have some spring onions here, lovely. They can spawn down here or in any of these sandy patches. So we're just going to pick all of those up, hold down the right mouse button and do circles around, and it will gather a little bit faster. So now, since we've got some forageables to sell, we're going to just head on up to Pierre's. Spring onions are mainly there as a source of energy. I wouldn't recommend selling them. They are just very good energy in the early game. You're going to need lots and lots of energy to do all the tasks that you'll need to perform. As you can see, my energy is already getting a little bit low. Normally we would go all around the map and gather all the forageables in the first day. But here we are, we're going to sell some of these, and then we're just going to buy a bunch of potatoes, why not? Potatoes are pretty valuable, and we're going to head back to the farm. There we are, a lovely new patch of ground, all hoed. Plant all those. And we're going to need the watering can again. As I said before, hold down the can, do a little circle around yourself. Do that one there. This all here. Then we're just going to go down here and fill that watering can right up. So we've come back to Pierre's just to take a look at all of the crops. We've got all of these. Oh, there we go. All of these crops here. We've got the jazz seeds. These are flowers. Flowers aren't very valuable. You don't want flowers for the most part until you start doing bee houses. Then they're semi-valuable at least. Kale is terrible. Never buy kale. Scythable crops. There's a bug in the game that prevents them from providing you with experience. So you don't want scythable crops at all. Potatoes and cauliflowers in spring are really your best friends. These are going to be the big money makers. Potatoes are ready very quickly in 7 days. It says 6 there, but always tag on an extra day because the day that you plant them isn't included in the time on the seeds growing time on there. And the cauliflower ready in 13 days. Takes significantly longer, but is also worth significantly more. Cauliflowers are the best money makers in spring, other than strawberries, but we won't get into strawberries because they are not actually available here. Beans are quite nice. They do pretty good gold per day, and they'll give you multiple harvests. Just watch out because they are on a trellis. You need to plan around that carefully so that you don't block off yourself from your crops. We've come back now to the fabulous farm, and as you can see we have a lot of blueberries. We're going to go on over to Pierre's so I can tell you exactly which crops you're going to want to buy. So here we are again, back at Pierre's. It is now summer, so we're looking at all the summer crops now. You can see here sunflowers, 200 gold. Sunflowers are garbage. Never buy sunflowers. Huge investment. Every sunflower has a chance to spawn 1 to 3 extra seeds, but in my experience they pretty much produce no seeds at all. I usually get maybe 1, usually none. I've never gotten 3. I've never seen that at all. Corn and sunflowers, however, will grow all the way from summer through into fall, which makes them semi-valuable. Corn is a better investment than sunflowers, and it's not even very good, even with 2 growing seasons to make its profits higher. It's still not as good as the main money makers. You have hops here. Hops is excellent. If you have kegs, you can turn hops into beer, and it produces a hops plant every single day after 12 days. So hops are amazing. They're very valuable. Plant some hops in summer for sure, as soon as you can. Radishes are the equivalent of potatoes from spring. They're not that great, but they are okay if you just want a quick turnaround crop to make some fast money. Radishes are alright. Wheat is garbage as well. It does the summer to fall thing, just like corn and sunflowers, but wheat isn't very valuable at all. Even if you make it into beer with kegs, it's not very good. If you have a mill, which is a huge investment, you can turn it into flour, which will make it a little more valuable as well, but it's still not really worth it. Wheat isn't worth your time, really. Peppers are actually quite good. They're very cheap. You can plant a lot of them. Gets you a lot of gold per day, almost as much as blueberries, but not as good as blueberries overall. Tomatoes are pretty good. They are quite good if you plant them at the beginning of summer. They're multi-harvest. So are peppers. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And blueberries are your best multi-harvest crop by far. Blueberries are fantastic. I very much recommend planting them with speed grow at the beginning of summer. Very first day, as many as you can get into the ground. They are extremely valuable. They'll give you a lot of harvests. You get 3 berries per bush. It is ridiculous. I'll show you in a moment just how many blueberries you can get from a huge crop like the one that I have. And melons are very good gold per day, almost as good as blueberries, and you can plant them even in the middle of the month and they'll still be ready. Like cauliflowers, they take quite a long time to grow, 13 days in total, but they are very, very good gold per day, and they're the most valuable thing to put into a keg, short of star fruit and ancient fruit. They are lovely. Melons are just absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend them. Oh, and I forgot to mention the poppy. You want to plant poppies if you're doing bee houses. They produce poppy honey, which is extremely valuable. And here we are at my lovely blueberry patch. You can see I have quite a lot of them. I planted 150 on the first day. Now you can see, as we're harvesting, I'm holding the right click button down, and I keep pulling out my sword. A lot of YouTubers and things will recommend that you keep your sword equipped so that you don't accidentally click anything. But it's better to just have something like empty space or the pickaxe or something else. Just make sure that you don't left click, because if you left click, you'll kill one of your plants. But as long as you just stick to right clicking and hold it down, do little circles around yourself, it's going to speed up your harvesting quite a bit, and it will prevent you from killing any of your plants. Try to do your harvesting by row, so that you don't have to go over your plants again, as I've done here. Just I'm sort of screwing around for the recording, but try to go like up and down the rows so that you can save yourself a bit of time. And there we have it, all of the blueberries harvested. A total of 400 normal quality, 36 gold and 53 silver. Quite a lot of blueberries. 3 per plant is pretty ridiculous. There's actually a small chance of getting an extra one per plant as well. I suppose I should show you the cave as well. This is the cave. Every day at around 2 PM the mushrooms will spawn in here. I would highly recommend the mushrooms. I really don't like the bats. The bats don't hardly give you anything. And if we just stay in here, I think we'll see it roll over the clock. And it's not quite 2 PM, it's somewhere around there. Hang on a moment. Ah, there we are. 3:20 and the mushrooms have just spawned. So I guess I was wrong. I swear I've had it spawn at 2 o'clock, but I'll look more into that and post something in the comments perhaps. So this video is starting to run a bit long, unfortunately, and I think we're just going to pick up where we left off last time in the next video. Thank you for watching, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that lovely stuff, and I will see you in the next video where we will pick up with the fall crops.